That sounds terrible.
Do you understand a 53-year-old man?
Uh-huh.
And people are saying, oh, she wants to get back together with Big Kev. No, I don't. Tommy, you know I was at Mommy's service, and you know she looked beautiful in her casket.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you, baby.
Alright everybody, welcome to Daytime Tea Time. If you're new to my channel, my name is Candice. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will always know when I upload. Before we get into it, I want to shout out my sponsor for this video, which is AdamandEve.com. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so make sure y'all use my code TEATIME for 50% off and get everything that you need, okay? This video is sponsored by AdamandEve.com, which is America's #1 adult toy superstore. And let me tell y'all something, this is definitely a superstore, offering more than just adult toys. They have lingerie, massage oils, sexy bedroom games, I mean everything. Everything for you and your partner, or you by yourself, to have the most romantic, loving, and fun times. So head on over to AdamandEve.com and see what you like. And make sure when you check out, you use my code TEATIME, and you will receive 50% off of one item, plus free shipping to the US and Canada. Some exclusions may apply. AdamandEve.com, for her, for him, for all couples. Enjoy! Alright y'all, so let's get right on into it. So there's a lot going on with Wendy Williams and her brother Tommy Williams. Tommy's been on his YouTube channel basically venting and talking about how he feels ever since his mother died. And recently he talked about the fact that he's upset with Wendy Williams for not going to their mother's funeral. But basically today, Wendy Williams says that her brother is lying and that she did go to the funeral. Well, she referred to it as her mother's service.
Tommy, you know I was at Mommy's service, and you know she looked beautiful in her casket.
Basically, Tommy is saying that there was a wake service and then there was a funeral, and he's upset that she didn't go to the funeral. Rather, she went to the wake or she went to the funeral. She paid her respects to her mother, and that's all that matters. And at this service, she said she saw her mother in the casket. She was beautiful, and her brother Tommy actually got into a fight. It's a whole situation. Wendy Williams told the whole story. Listen to this, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Lots to get through today. But first, and this will be my last time addressing yesterday, because I talked to my dad, and my dad said, Wendy, I'm not mad at you. You did the right thing. I said, Dad, but there's more to the story, and you know it, and you know it. So here it is. Tommy, you know I was at Mommy's service, and you know she looked beautiful in her casket. And you know that you fist fought a loving member of our family, half your age, who was supposed to be somebody, a blood relative, everyone, not my son. My son is in the back, shocked that he's at his grandmother's funeral, studying for a midterm. And I'm going between a closed service saying hello to people, and also my son wanted me to quiz him so that he gets an A. It's weird how kids are, but he's 20 and it was something. You started a fight over an open casket right there with my mother. Thank God we were at a civilized funeral home. And the man of the funeral home blocked so Mommy wouldn't fall out and there'd be a catastrophe. You should know better at 53. And for all of you all who wonder why I said on that day I appreciated my ex-husband more than I could ever appreciate my brother, it's because my ex-husband was invited to be there. I went to my father. My mother and I had talked about this a long time ago. You know, when you're 86 years old, it doesn't just happen. You know, it's a slow process. And for me, I'm the daughter or family member or whoever who would talk to my mom about anything, and I would ask her, you know, how do you want to look? My mother was wearing a beautiful cheetah print dress that my father got for dirt cheap at Neiman Marcus, and it was her barometer dress. It still had the tag on it. That was 1 minute and 30 seconds? Okay. Anyway, and she had on the right lipstick, a particular pink she wanted to wear. She looked gorgeous. They gave her tan because all she did was want to bake in the sun. She was a sun girl. And you fought with our family member. And my ex-husband came back to my son and I, and he said, I know it's not my place. By the way, he smelled really good and was Dior up and down. That was that. No, we're not getting back together. Follow what I'm saying to you. My son and I are sitting here studying. I'm trying to ignore what's going on over there, looking to make sure that my father's okay. My sister was kind of handling everything, and I was removed. And Big Kev said, I need to break this up. This is not right. Your mother wouldn't, this is not right. And I said, Kevin, what do you think, to my son? He said, Mommy, everybody's here is old, so nobody is getting up to fight. And so I said, all right, Kevin, you do this, but please don't throw fists and stuff, because you will be the one blamed. And me and your son will go to court and defend you all the way to the end, because we see, do you understand the difference between, he will always be my ex-husband, but in the name of what was right, and we gave a low-key woe hunter, all three of our hands like this, and he walked up to the front and separated my brother and this young family member who was very confused being a young man, and moved it all out there to the lobby. Still heard the screaming. The funeral home turned up the music a little bit. Daddy was fine. We went on with the rest of the day. Before going back to my sister's for the collard greens and the good food that you do after a service, I said to my son, I said, you know, your dad is really something else. I don't want to mislead you or guide you into thinking that we're getting, he said, Mom, I know. I said, you want to just, the three of us, go out and grab something to eat and also bring stuff over to Aunt Wanda's? Do you want to just like change the mood and celebrate family and find it in our hearts to kind of not forgive, but move on in the name of the service and Papa and the rest of us? And my son said, yeah. And that's why we went out to eat afterwards, the three of us. He had the double R, you know, he's that guy. He had the double R, I sat in the back seat so I can take off my wrap dress. I had on a wrap dress. I tell you, a black wrap dress takes you everywhere. I took off my wrap dress, put on my leggings, put on a hoodie, you know, changed my clothes. We're listening to Mobb Deep and all of our music, the three of us, you know, and we go to a random place that had food that all three of us like to eat. And then he dropped us off in the double R at my sister's house and felt as though, I'm just gonna, you know, go on. You all have a nice, you know, rest of the day. And give me a call if you need something. And that is all I'm going to say about that situation.
That sounds terrible.
Do you understand a 53-year-old man?
Uh-huh.
And a boy who's supposed to be looking up to him?
Right.
And how he's trying to peg me, and people are saying, oh, she wants to get back together with Big Kev. No, I don't. He was the man that day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He was so the man that his sunglasses stayed balanced on top of his bald head. Sunglasses never fell off. He asked me if I was okay. I told him I need a moment. I don't want to cry in front of my son. I don't want to break down, because now it was started to open up to like the AKAs. You know, my mom saw Ross, and people started coming in and they were in their feathers, and we didn't want to let them know what had just happened. And I asked my ex-husband, because he said, are you okay? And I said, if you can you please walk with me to the bathroom and just stand outside? And if anybody has to use the bathroom, let them in, but just talk loud to them like, you know, you look nice in those shoes, just so that I know to, you know, gather. And I went in the bathroom and tried to call Bernie, my manager. He's like the uncle that I wish, and I begged Bernie to come with me to the funeral, but he didn't want to come. He said, Wendy, you got to walk alone on this one. He's like that little brother that I wish that my father had had, or something like that. Like, I just needed to, you know, and I told Kev, I was like, I'm going in the bathroom. I don't have to go to the bathroom, but I have to And that's all. How many minutes did I take?
Okay, so you guys heard that. Y'all heard what Wendy Williams had to say. That was a very long and detailed story about her mother's funeral service. Whatever we want to call it, she went to a place, paid her respects to her mother, saw her mother in a casket, said hi to family and friends, funeral, wake, she went to a service, and her brother made it appear that she did not do that. So rather he calls it the wake or the funeral, Wendy Williams paid her respects to her mother, and Tommy made it seem a completely different way. He's on his YouTube channel talking about family business. He's reaching out to bloggers, getting interviews. He's reposting all of this stuff on his social media. The way it appears is that Tommy wants attention right now. That's just how it looks. I'm not trying to be mean. That's how it looks. And we wouldn't have known anything about this situation if Tommy didn't talk about it. Wendy Williams didn't even want us to know when her mother died or that her mother died at all. All of this is out because Tommy Williams put it out. Wendy Williams responded and got pissed off, and then there was a back and forth. I'll let y'all decide what y'all think about it. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye.